guys, I'm at Mäntyharju at the moment, and the idea for the next couple of days is to make Mäntyharju-Repovesi MTB track, and it should be a very nice destination, since I think Repovesi has got an award for being the best hiking destination for the last year. And behind me actually is the map of the route. The Mäntyharju is on top, and so the route goes down here to Repovesi, Repoveden kansallispuisto, so Repovesi National Park, and then from there I will have to come back the same route. But yeah, I'm still recovering from the knee injury I had last September, so started to ride actually about a couple of months ago, very slowly, and for me this will be also quite a challenge because I have not been riding with the tent this year at all. So we'll see how this will go, and actually it's quite a good test of the route as well, because now I'm sort of at the beginner level again. So we'll see how the route will be suited for the beginners, and yeah, excited. So see you on the trail. The first 2.5 kilometers were actually very easy. They followed the path for the route for the skiing, which is obviously happening during winter time. So it was sort of gravel road, no, actually not challenging at all. And now the path went to the right to the forest, and this is the first single track that I have so far encountered, and yeah, looks pretty nice, pretty promising. Very nice single track. And yeah, actually I wanted to also mention that the track is very nicely marked so far, that it's there are those orange circles going around the trees, so far it's quite impossible to get lost. I was not expecting this kind of riding, but it's very nice. And all the swampy bits here, at least, they are quite well covered with the gravel. Nice job. So here I guess there won't be that many wooden bridges to sleep on, but it's definitely much more enjoyable for mountain bikers. So I went exactly 6 kilometers from the starting point, and this is the first place where it is possible to have a rest and even to make some food, and it is called Sammalisen kota, and it is also a shelter from the rain if it's needed. And I'm not sure if it's open. It is actually, it is open, and you can see there is the fireplace here, and it looks actually quite clean and nice. And in case needed, there is the pump to pump some water, because during the next, I think, 10 kilometers or maybe even 20, there won't be any wells available. So if you need some additional water, this is the place to get it. So, and at least this year it's working quite well. So I have refilled my water storage, and it's nice as now it's about 25 degrees. It's quite hot, and it is actually very nice that there are wells where the water is very cold, so you can get your body temperature down. And yeah, I was thinking to talk a little bit about the suspension setup, as when you are going to this kind of trips, you have to obviously take a little bit, or actually quite a lot of more gear with you, including tent and a sleeping bag, and a little bit more of gear to maintain the bike, and all this adds the weight on your suspension and on the bike. So what means is that if you are planning this trip and you are putting, as I have currently, about 10 kilograms of weight in my backpack, then you have to obviously compensate for that weight with your suspension, which means that you need to pump a little bit more air inside. So the rule is that you would have about 30% sag in front and in the back. Well, it may be 20, 30, it depends on the terrain you are riding. I'm currently having 30% for my bike in front, and I think about 25 for my Fox DRCV shock on the back. So this way they work properly when the backpack is on the back. So don't do the mistake when you are taking a lot of weight and then you go to the forest and then you somehow realize that your suspension is too soft, and basically you cannot ride with it properly. But it's because it will make your progress much more slower than you would have if you would have a proper setup made. And wow, this is so far, this looks very nice. The route and the path and the ups and downs, it's very flowy, and also now it's quite dry, so it's very easy to ride this trail. And there is, you can see there is a car, and it looks almost like the scene from Top Gear, where they were throwing cars down the ramp inside this kind of gravel canyon. So maybe this is where they practiced, but looks quite interesting. Rusty car in the middle of nowhere. This is the next section where the road goes on the left, the one that is sort of better suited for the hikers and for the bikers, but the hiking route goes to the right. But I was thinking that it would be very boring to go on the gravel road, so I have decided to take this smaller path and see how challenging this will be. Now it is quite dry, so I guess it will be fine to ride it, but during the wet conditions it can be that it will be a little bit too challenging for the most of the riders. Oh yeah, and now I can definitely see why this is again the hiking path and not the one for the bike. If you are with the tent and you are not very technical rider, then consider on skipping this part, because it's not that enjoyable for riding. But if you want to test your abilities to the fullest, then this can be actually quite good. So if you think that the track otherwise is boring for you and you have power and stuff, then do ride also the hiking paths. This being said though, keep in mind that riding on the hiking paths in Repovesi in National Park is not allowed. So when you are there, you have to stick to the biking routes. Here you can ride whatever trail you want. As in Finland, as you know, there is every man's right, which means that in the forest you can, as long as you are not using a motorized vehicle, you can basically go wherever you want. And this is another quite nice section. So got out of the hiking trail, and after struggling on it quite a lot, I made a decision that I would not go to another hiking trails, but I would stick to the blue color, which is for the biking, because so far I tried two of the sections and they both sort of were very not biking friendly, and you sort of consume a lot of energy while riding on them, but the pace is very, very slow and it's not enjoyable. And one of the other challenges are, of course, mosquitoes. The slower you go, the more bites you get. So far I have only met one couple who was doing hiking, and no other people actually. So this is, whoa, that's the wrong line. So basically, if you would like to get some remote riding, this is the path to take. This area is easily accessible by train. For example, you can come to Mäntyharju from Helsinki and start the trail. So it's quite good even for the one-day riding, and by the look of it, I now sort of see that it is not a bad or that challenging riding if you would like to go, for example, with the light bike without overnight camping, and you would like to do 60 kilometers in one day. It's quite easy to do here. So I have done about 13 kilometers, a little bit under, and so far was a very nice route. It was I think about 40% of it, maybe 35, was a single track, and then there were about 40% of roads, like gravel roads, no asphalt though. Everything is in the forest, and there were not that many people that I have actually met on the route, and then there were like some bits which I tried to go, which were hiking routes, about like 20%, but again these are proved to be not very suitable for mountain biking, at least with the tent and the huge backpack, as I have about 10 kilos on my back. So it's but it's good to have maybe some sort of extra challenge in case you're coming light and you just go like without anything, only with your camelback. So everybody can have some challenge here on this route. But at the moment I'm at Pitkajärvi, and this is the lake behind me, and there is a lava here as well, and it is actually quite nicely maintained. There is a toilet here, and there is also this sandy beach, which you see just down here, and the water is clean, and there is also the deck, small deck over there, so you can swim and jump from that. And of course it is possible to do the fire, cook there on the fire, and the woods are provided as well. So just departed Pitkajärvi. Oh, that was deep, lava, and currently going to Mäntyharju. And yeah, there was some road bit in between for about I think couple of kilometers, and now the quite well maintained single track starts again. And as you see, it's a swampy area, but it is quite well maintained with the gravel, so it's dry to ride, and it also quite flowy, so you can pump quite well here. And this is definitely suitable for the beginners as well. This is one of the examples on how well this route is actually marked. They even like say you with the signs that there is a steep turn here, so people would take it into consideration and would not ride too fast. It's a very good job. Well done. That's the first wet spot that I found. And these wooden bridges are also quite beginner friendly. as they are not do not have any holes in them, so it's nice and good. And now it was this sort of nice single track, quite easy, flowy for the last couple of kilometers. And yeah, I like the scenery as well. It's like sort of not that dense forest, and nice trail. And by the way, hopefully you can see the trail well, because my sleeping bag is in front of the camera, so hopefully you can still see something. So what I miss on this route a little bit, at least so far, is that there are not that many lakes or rivers here, and this is at the same time actually sort of a warning or a caution for everyone who will come here, that you should be quite careful with the water that you are carrying, because there are not that many places to refill the water. Well, at least after the Pitkajärvi, where this MTB track goes into the woods. I guess the hiking route, it follows the bank of the lake, so no problem there, but the MTB track, for about 10 kilometers you ride in the forest all the time, and there are no rivers here either. Very nice single track here. It's flowy, and it's actually very beginner friendly as well, so it's not technical, but it's nice. I read somewhere that there is a MTB competition held on this route, or at least it's been held once or twice. So I guess it's very actually nice to come here and ride it. Wow, that's steep. On the turns, it's nice to, it's good to take it a little bit easier, because if you are carrying large weight on your back, and obviously the inertia of the weight pushes you sideways a little bit on the steep turns, so it can be, your front wheel can slip easier when that happens. And with the backpack on the back, it's also not nice when the extra 10 kilos falls on top of you. And finally we are at one of the nicest, oh wow, there is a rabbit there. One of the nicest lavos at the right here, and it has a sauna. So here I am at Mäntyharju Lavo, and this is actually quite unique because it has a sauna that visitors can use for free, and the setting is also quite nice. You have this rock behind, and there are also like some bird houses made around here, and then there is a lake also just behind, so after the sauna it is possible to swim there. And now it's already 6:30, and there is still about 10 kilometers to the Repovesi National Park, or to the nearest place where I can put my tent. So I was thinking to take it easier today and basically stay here for overnight. And now it's already getting a little bit dark, so I would have just I think well enough time to eat and put up the tent and to have a sauna at the evening. The only minus point here is that there are not that many places to put up the tent, so you have to actually stay in Lavo. Actually you have to like put the tent in Lavo. I will check how it will work, and if it will work, it's fine. If not, then maybe I will have to go a little bit further to the forest in order to put up the tent properly. And another thing is that there is no running water here either, so, and the lake behind it looks a little bit well, there is like quite a lot of overgrowth there, so I'm not comfortable of drinking that water, so you never know what you get. Obviously, of course, I can boil it, and as I have decided to stay here in Mäntyharju, it would be very wrong not to try the sauna, which is available here, and just fire it up, and it's ready. Had a few go already, and feel amazing, feel like new. And the sun is also getting down little by little. I still need to get to do some food, but now the next event in my evening is swimming. It is amazing that there are some free saunas at these kind of remote routes where people can refresh themselves. It's very nice, and especially I guess it's very good when you are hiking for, I don't know, I guess 2 days to get here, or maybe 1 day if it's a long day. And after that especially it's like very important to get a sauna. But yeah, relaxing, and just mended a tent, and the tent is in Lavo. I was honestly looking for some other places to mend it, but there is no like flat ground anywhere. So I have the only option was to mend it on Lavo like this. And as there is no one else here, I guess no one will mind.